Welcome back to my YouTube channel Rare Coins Treasures. What if I told you? The key to $1 million lifestyle might be hiding in a dusty jar on your shelf. A coin so overlooked, so ordinary looking, that most people toss it into tip jars without a second thought. But right now, this 1936 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is shocking collectors and shaking the market at a staggering $743,000. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, you'll discover why this penny is skyrocketing in value, what mistakes most people make before selling it, and how yours could be worth a fortune. And if you leave early, you might just miss the one detail that separates a 1-cent pocket find from $1 million masterpiece. Let's rewind to 1936, the tail end of the Great Depression. Red lines, dust bowls, and a penny's worth could mean a meal or a miracle. That same year, the U.S. Mint released over 300 million Lincoln cents, but not all pennies are created equal. Think of it like high school. You've got the popular kids, the invisible ones, and then that one mysterious loner who shows up in a Ferrari. That's our 1936 no-mint Mark penny. While most of these coins lived short, rugged lives, a select few survived in pristine, untouched condition. One such coin, graded MS 67 plus red, recently stunned the world by selling $4,743,000. That's not a typo. Not $7,430. Not $74,000. $743,000. For a coin the size of your thumbnail. But how do you know your 1936 penny is the one? We'll get to that. And the 3 fatal mistakes to avoid when selling rare coins. But first, let's dive into what makes this particular penny so insanely valuable. The 1936 penny comes in 3 types: Philly, no mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Today, we focus on the no mint Mark Philly penny because it's the silent assassin of the bunch. Most were struck quickly, carelessly, and wore down fast in circulation, but a few were struck using fresh dies with sharp details and full red luster, then somehow never entered circulation. Imagine a coin so perfect, it's like it skipped school, avoided life, and ended up in a luxury spa for 80 years. Wouldn't you want that retirement plan? These red coins, preserved with brilliant color combined with a near-flawless mint state 67 plus grade, are what collectors fight over. And because only a few are known to exist, the value shoots up like a rocket. But here's the catch, and it could cost you everything. Most people, they do the unthinkable. They take this rare gem to a pawn shop. They clean it with toothpaste. Or worse, they sell it online for $5, thinking they've scored big. Because cleaning, mishandling, or even misidentifying the coin can destroy its value instantly. Imagine realizing your coin was worth $700,000 more than what you sold it for after it's too late. That kind of mistake haunts people for life. Check for the no mint mark below the date. Look for sharp details, Lincoln's coat lines, cheek, and beard. If it's shiny red and flawless, stop. Don't touch it. Don't clean it. Immediately get it professionally graded, preferably by PCGS or NGC. This one step could mean the difference between an average coin and early retirement. And remember, we're not done yet. Because next, we're revealing the most recent sale, the exact buyer demand in 2025, and why this penny might break $1 million record this year, as of June 2025. High-end collectors are fiercely competing over 1936 no-mint Mark Lincoln cents in pristine red mint state. In April, one coin graded MS 67 plus red sold for $743,000. That same coin in MS 66 is trending above $25,000. But the kicker? Only a handful of MS 67 plus reds exist, fewer than a dozen confirmed. That means demand is surging and supply practically extinct. You've got a better chance of finding a unicorn with a 401k than another one of these coins in perfect red condition. You've held on to that jar of coins for years, maybe decades, but now the time has come. That 1936 penny could be the turning point from just getting by to living on your terms. A beach house, a debt-free life, a legacy. It starts with knowing what you hold. So here's your mission. Check your stash tonight. Look for the 1936 no mint mark Lincoln penny. And if it looks like treasure, treat it like one. Because next week, we're uncovering the one Lincoln penny that beat even this $743,000 giant. And trust me, it's even more common than you think. Subscribe now, because the next $1 million penny could be yours. Don't just save coins. Save your future. What if I told you a single penny, yes, just one old Lincoln penny sitting in your drawer right now, could be worth more than $500,000? Sounds impossible, right? Well, someone just sold a 1952 Lincoln cent for a jaw-dropping $587,000. And the crazy part, you might already own one and not even know it. Before you toss that coffee can of coins back into the closet, stick around. Because in the next 10 minutes, you'll discover how to identify this ultra-rare penny, why it's selling for life-changing money, and what could make yours the next six-figure payday. Let's rewind the clock to the post-war era. It's 1952. The U.S. is booming. The Lincoln cent is quietly being minted in San Francisco, and nobody knows that a few of these seemingly ordinary pennies are about to become national treasures. Now fast forward 70 years. One of those 1952 pennies just sold for $587,000 at auction. That's not a typo. It's a verified sale. So what makes this penny so special? I mean, it's not dipped in gold. It doesn't sing like Elvis. It's not secretly a chocolate coin, either. But what it does have is an incredibly rare combination of minting perfection and historical context. You see, the San Francisco Mint was nearing the end of its penny production days by the early 1950s. And in 1952, something unusual happened. A small batch of pennies left the mint with near-flawless strikes, deep red copper luster, and unbelievable preservation, likely untouched since they were made. But here's the twist. Even among those rare coins, only a handful meet the exact standards to fetch six figures. So how do you know if yours does? Let's break it down. All right. It all comes down to grade, color, and strike. The most valuable 1952 pennies are those graded MS 67 red or higher by PCGS or NGC. That red isn't just about color. It means the copper has retained its original mint brilliance, untouched by time or fingerprints. And MS 67, that's near perfection in the coin world. Close-ups of red-toned 1952 pennies side-by-side comparisons of MS 64 versus MS 67 PCGS/NGC certification slabs. But let's say your penny doesn't look perfect. Don't panic. Even lower-grade versions of the 1952 Lincoln cent can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on condition and rarity. And get this, coins with die cracks, double dies, off-centers, or BA errors can be worth more than pristine ones, simply because they're freaks of the minting process. Basically, the mint made a mistake, and now collectors are throwing money at it. Only in America can an oops be worth a down payment on a Lamborghini. So what should you look for right now? Flip over your 1952 penny. Check the color. Is it bright, coppery red? Is there any doubling in the letters or numbers? Does it look unusually crisp, like it was struck yesterday? If yes, Stop everything. You might be holding a coin worth more than most people's retirement fund. But wait, how do you actually turn this copper miracle into cold, hard cash? Let's talk the market, the millionaires, and the moves you must make to cash out. Smart coin collectors, dealers, and auction houses are all on the hunt for this coin. Sites like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have sold 1952 S pennies for more than $50,000, and that rare MS 67 red? That's the one that topped $587,000. The demand is soaring. And with inflation rising, collectors are betting big on physical assets, especially historically significant coins. But here's what's terrifying. Thousands of these pennies have been lost, damaged, or unknowingly spent. And with every one that disappears, the value of the survivors skyrockets. The longer you wait to check your stash, the greater your chance of missing out forever. If you think you have a 1952 S Lincoln penny, here's what you do next. Handle it by the edges, no touching the face. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Research upcoming auctions, or better yet, consult a coin expert. Because if you're sitting on a high-grade 1952 S, you're not holding a penny, you're holding a potential fortune. Every penny tells a story, but some pennies tell stories of wealth, history, and unexpected opportunity. Go check that old jar, the dresser drawer, your grandpa's coin box, because the next six-figure Lincoln cent could already be in your home. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below telling us what rare coins you found. We might feature it in the next video. And remember, you're just one coin away from changing your financial future. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, that old copper coin sitting in your junk drawer, could unlock a life of luxury you've only dreamed of? This isn't a fantasy. It's a 1962 D Lincoln penny, recently valued at over $754,000. That's right, 1 cent, flipping into a fortune that could pay off your mortgage, buy your dream home, or fund your retirement, all from a tiny copper coin minted over 60 years ago. And to think, you almost used it to pay for gas. Well, not that it would help much with gas these days anyway. But before you go rummaging through jars and drawers, there's something you need to know. Not all 1962 D pennies are created equal, and missing this secret detail could cost you a $1 million mistake. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we're going to decode what makes this coin so rare, why collectors are paying astronomical prices, and how you can tell if you have the jackpot coin hiding in plain sight. Let's rewind to 1962. The Beatles hadn't made it to America yet. Gas cost 28 cents. And in Denver, the U.S. Mint quietly produced over 1.79 billion Lincoln pennies. Wait, did he just say billion? How can something that common be worth $750,000? Is this like buying Beanie Babies again? Great question. And the answer lies in the hidden rarities, minting errors, and condition grades that make just a few of these coins worth a fortune. What makes the 1962 D penny valuable? First, look for coins with double die errors, a rare misprint where the design appears slightly duplicated. These errors can be microscopic, but to the right buyer, they're worth thousands. Then, there are the high-grade specimens. We're talking about coins graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS. That means virtually flawless, with original mint luster. And what if I told you? There's one detail that separates a $1 coin from a $754,000 payday, and most people never even notice it. I'll reveal that in just a moment. But first, as of today, the highest verified sale of a 1962 D penny? A stunning $754,000 for a top-grade specimen with verified dye errors, perfect condition, and certified rarity. And here's the kicker. These coins are becoming rarer by the day. Each time someone spins one without checking, it's like watching $750,000 vanish in slow motion. So here's the million-dollar question, literally. How do you know if you're sitting on a gold mine? Check for the D mint mark below the date. Must be from Denver. Look for signs of double die errors, especially on the words Liberty and I in God We Trust. Examine the coin's luster and surface. Is it scratch-free, uncirculated? Get it graded. Only certified coins from services like PCGS or NGC are trusted by high-end buyers. Do not clean your coin. That could erase thousands in value instantly. Just imagine scrubbing away a house payment with a toothbrush. Don't laugh, someone once cleaned a rare penny with vinegar and thought they were doing it a favor. They weren't. It was coin murder. Instead, store it safely. Then reach out to certified appraisers or auction houses, heritage auctions, great collections, or legend rare coin auctions, and get a professional opinion. Final thought. Your wealth is already in your hands. You don't have to win the lottery or strike oil in your backyard. Sometimes, wealth is already in your hands. All it takes is knowing where to look. This tiny copper coin might just be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle, a second chance, a new legacy. But wait, the 1962D is just the beginning. There are 5 other pennies that are secretly worth over $1 million, and most people have no idea they even exist. Want to know what they are? Subscribe now. In our next video, top 5 million-dollar pennies you might already own. Because one coin can change everything. What if I told you a single penny, yes, 1 cent, could be worth over $743,000? Not in some fairy tale, not in a collector's fantasy, but right here, in your own home, inside a dusty drawer or tucked away in a forgotten jar. Welcome to today's journey, because this isn't just about coins. It's about hidden wealth, missed fortunes, and a chance to reclaim what you never even knew you had. But before you shrug off that jar of old change in your kitchen, ask yourself, what if you've already touched 6 figures and let it slip away without knowing? No pressure. Only $743,000 at stake. How many of these have we flipped into fountains wishing for wealth, while throwing it away literally? Let's rewind to 1969, the year the D Mint Mark Lincoln cent entered circulation from the Denver Mint. Over 4 billion were made. Yes, you heard right, billions. But only a tiny handful hold the secret to 6-figure wealth. That it's not just about the mint mark. It's about a rare error, a double die variety. Specifically, the 1969 D double die obverse, where Abraham Lincoln's profile and inscriptions appear strikingly doubled. This isn't your average mistake. It's a collector's gold mine. In one verified sale, a 1969 D double die penny went for a jaw-dropping $743,000 at auction. Now imagine, someone found that in their change. Just sitting there, waiting. And here's where fear creeps in. What if you already had one and spent it on coffee, grande latte, for $1.50? Accidentally handing the barista a $743,000 penny? Painfully priceless. Let that sink in. How do you know if your 1969 D penny is the real deal? The D mint mark, located just under the date, visible doubling on the inscriptions. In God We Trust, Liberty, and even Lincoln's face. Red-brown or red uncirculated condition. The better the grade, the bigger the payday. Use a 10x magnifying glass or take it to a coin shop for authentication. But don't jump yet, because there's one more twist that separates pocket change from power move. This isn't just about a penny. It's about potential. It's about the wealth hiding in plain sight, waiting to be claimed. Imagine what $743,000 could do for you. Pay off your mortgage, send your kids to college, retire early, travel, give, build a legacy, all from something you almost threw away. But here's the urgency. These coins are being found more frequently, and as more enter the market, values may drop. Don't wait until it's too late. Once demand cools, the opportunity might vanish, just like the penny in your couch cushions. Before we reveal how to sell one of these rare coins for top dollar, here's a question. Have you checked your coin jar today? Because if not, you might already be a millionaire and just don't know it yet. Check your 1969 D pennies now. Look for doubling, get it graded professionally, and subscribe to this channel. Because tomorrow's episode reveals 3 other Lincoln pennies worth over $100,000. Don't just dream of a wealthy life. Dig it out from your drawer. Imagine this. You're holding what you think is just a regular penny. Nothing special. You toss it into a jar, maybe even drop it under the couch. But what if I told you that exact coin could be worth $756,000? Yes, a single 1971 Lincoln penny, the kind that's quietly sitting in millions of drawers across America, is now making headlines in the coin collector world. And it's not alone. But here's the kicker. Only a handful of people will realize what they have before it's too late. So, stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know how to tell the difference between a 1-cent coin and a once-in-a-lifetime fortune. Let's rewind to the early 1970s. Richard Nixon is president. Gas costs 40 cents a gallon. And in the heart of San Francisco, something strange happens at the U.S. Mint. Thousands, possibly millions, of 1971 Lincoln pennies were struck. Most were normal, but a few were struck with flaws so rare, so extraordinary, that coin experts today are calling them ghost coins because they're nearly impossible to find. Unless you know exactly what to look for. What's more frustrating than stepping on a Lego barefoot? Realizing you've spent 40 years walking past a penny worth more than your house. The 1971 proof Lincoln set, especially those with double dies, mint errors, or extraordinary strikes, have been sold at auctions for up to $756,000. That's not a typo. Not $7,560. Not $75,600. But $756,000. Just last year, a pristine example with deep cameo contrast and extreme doubling on the obverse shocked the numismatic world. It sold for more than a luxury home in Florida. So, how do you know if your 1971 penny is the jackpot? Let's break it down. Look for the mint mark just beneath the year. That means it was minted in San Francisco, known for producing proof coins. These are struck with extra care and sharper details. But here's what makes the difference: strong doubling. Look at Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters appear doubled, you may have a double die error. Deep cameo finish. This means the coin has frosted raised areas and a mirror-like background. Flawless condition. Coins graded PR67 or higher are worth exponentially more. Struck on the wrong planchet. A tiny mistake at the mint, a massive payday for you. And here's where it gets serious. These coins aren't just valuable. They're getting snapped up fast. In fact, since 2020, The number of high-grade 1971 S pennies available on the market has dropped dramatically. Coin collectors are buying them, hoarding them, and waiting to resell them for millions. The window is closing. Let me ask you this. If a vending machine gave you a Ferrari for a penny, would you keep walking? That's what most people are doing every day with their old change jars. So, what can you do right now? Go find your old coin jar. Look under the couch cushions. Dig through the attic box your grandparents gave you. Look specifically for 1971 pennies with an S mint mark. Use a magnifying glass. Or better yet, take it to a local coin shop or send it for grading. Look for PR, proof, designations, doubling, and cameo finishes that if you find a match, contact a certified auction house or coin dealer. Not your cousin on Facebook Marketplace. Because if your coin is real, we're not talking gas money. We're talking early retirement, a new home, a luxury car, or that beach lifestyle you thought was only for Instagram influencers. And if you think these coins are rare, they are, but they're out there. Just last year, a retired Navy vet in Texas found one in an old cigar box. And now he's debt-free, driving a Corvette, and building his dream lake house. Why not you? Why not now? But here's the twist. There's one version of the 1971 S penny that's even rarer than the $756,000 one we talked about. It's so scarce. Only a few are believed to exist. And it could be sitting in someone's kitchen drawer right now. In our next video, I'll reveal the super rare version of the 1971 S penny that could be worth even more, and how one error in minting history changed everything. Don't miss out. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and start checking your coins tonight. Because the clock is ticking, and your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. Remember, millionaires aren't always made in boardrooms. Sometimes, they're made at the bottom of an old coffee can. So what are you waiting for? Go find your legacy, one penny at a time.